Welcome to Food and Laughter. This is part 2 of our interview with Mama J. If you don't know where the food's from, go to part 1. This is part 2. Yo, Terrance, man, take it over, man.
Well, if you didn't watch part 1, we don't want you to watch part 2. That's what I'm going to say. No, again, Mama J, thank you, but we kind of finished it off with the question. So now that you've had the perspective of first person, you were there, you lived it, you saw it with your own 2 eyes, now you've been able to look at it from that bird's eye view, you've seen it as the viewer. Would you change anything about what you've done or your choice, anything?
Yes. I don't regret that I did it. I would have kicked Jake off right. I would not have fallen. What happened, that he was a manipulator. And because of the apology to Tolu and her saying she felt like that was a sincere apology.
Which it wasn't.
That, right.
Yeah.
But we don't really know that. Remember, we're only maybe on day 1 or 2. So we're not really sure who everybody is. And she felt like, okay, well, that changed my mind. But it didn't change my mind and that's why I didn't tell anybody who I was voting off.
Right.
And that's why I wasn't going to. It's like, okay, now I know, keep my mouth shut and I'll just do my thing. Jake, just think what that show would have been like with him off the show right off the bat. No romance. Yeah, well, really, yeah, well, and maybe not because there would not have been the romance.
That is true.
I already didn't trust him because he's 37 and she's 28. Like,
yeah,
that's a whole generation. Like, look, my guy, you've had a house payment for at least 5 years longer.
Yeah, I'm always in the camp of if someone's a little bit too much up here, then there's what to say about you.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's something
that people your age don't want to
feel it.
That would the show have worked without that?
Right.
Probably not.
Because if we don't have the romance, just think of then what's going to happen? You know, Jewels would have been on.
Yeah.
And maybe the romance would have been there. I don't know. But number 1, Jake would not have been on the show.
I really like Jewels too. And
He was sincere.
He didn't even get a fair shake at all.
No fair shake.
Okay, so let me tell you, and me and Jewels are really buddies right now, but I will tell you, strippers for my age, back when I was 20, okay, I'm 71. When I was 20 and going to the ladies' night bars and the strippers were there, those guys were aggressive. Yeah. And they would drag you out of the audience. I had one guy chase me into the restroom. I was so afraid because they would pick you up and drag you up on stage and stuff like that. And so I kind of have stripper PTSD.
Yeah.
Well, Jewels didn't know that, but it's like, no, I can't have a stripper around.
I just thought it was so foolish. He was like, I don't want people to judge me, so I don't want to tell him I'm a cop. And he gave a great answer. It was a great answer. Politically, people are going to take sides. But you're a cashier at Walmart, my guy.
If he would have said cop, he would have been more trustworthy.
Yes.
That's just me. I personally think he would have been more trustworthy if he said, hey, man, I'm a cop.
I understood his argument, though, politically. But bag groceries, something. Don't pull your D out.
I don't think there was anybody in that group that would have went, oh, cop.
Agreed.
You know, nobody would have thought. That would have not. It would have just been, oh, you're a cop, good. Yeah. But coming in and his shirt unbuttoned.
That did it too.
It was too much.
And the tight pants.
And the tight.
Yeah, it was
tight. Too much.
Yeah.
Jewels.
He wants you to see the Jewels. The family Jewels. Huh?
You know, now that I know him, but then, so just recently he's going down to Florida with the boys, you know, they're going on some trip. Well, then I see all the guys have to button, and I go, what are you doing? None of you guys got your shirts buttoned. Oh. He goes, they're doing the Jewels.
We're not doing that here, guys.
So yes, I would definitely not have done that.
Wow. Yeah, okay.
And honestly, and the other thing regarding Simone, I had not heard the sad story. I didn't know the sad story that was in the pool because when she got kicked off, I'm not kidding you, people are sobbing. Winnie is
I was going to say, you see people like they look upset, and so it's like,
oh my God,
what was actually
I thought, okay, I'm going to be killed in my sleep. and especially because Winnie was my friend, and I thought, well, I just lost my friend because, and I don't know for a while if anybody really knew I had kicked her off. But she was so, I mean, she cried for hours. And I'm just like, what happened? I didn't know the story.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't kick anybody else off after that. I just thought, okay, I'm done doing that.
I did see that. I did see it. So we know who's your most hated person. That Jake, obviously.
Yeah.
But who's your favorite person that was in the house?
Winnie and Tolu.
It was both.
Yes, we're both good friends. We talk, and they live in Houston, and I'm hoping we're going to get together. But yeah, especially when the show came out, and they were really kind of getting bad press, especially Tolu. Oh, and so I think we'll always kind of be in contact. Yeah. And yeah, that's good. They're my buddies. We really, and when I was there, so she helped me when, remember, we're all along, we're meeting each other. So then it's time to walk up the stairs. Well, then she came and she goes, here. And so she has her hand out. And so I'm holding her, she's holding my hand to help me up the stairs. Well, I was fine going up the stairs. But anyway, we're going up the stairs. She goes, I was taught in my culture that we respect our elders. I don't know, whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay. Anyway, it was a sweet gesture.
Right.
And she was just always sweet. I mean, we just always got along. Yeah.
That's what's
and I just really like them both. And I feel bad for the rap that Tolu got. She was trying to be a strong woman. We were all kind of coming on there. You're not going to walk over us. You're not going to, and hers was a bit strong, and it was, and she kind of she kind of realizes, but she really wasn't. She was just wanting to just know you're not going to walk all over me. I think everybody just kind of had their own little personal, Julie had hers. I mean, she went the other direction, but everybody kind of had their own story, I think, that they were going to stick by.
Now, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Mama J, did you know, coming out of this show, that one of the things you'd be most known for, besides, breaking everybody's heart in the house, would be eating in the bed?
My God.
Because, you just lay there eating a whole bag of Lay's of chips. You can't even see the bag. You got the sleep thing on. Did you know that is what was going to be one of the things that just, this is Mama J on the trust. Ta-da! Is you eating a bag of Lay's, eat some cookies.
Yeah. And I will tell you, so on the island, we've all been to the islands, and sometimes the food, it's not like regular food. It's beans and it's this. And I'll never forget one day we're something, and I go, okay, I just want somebody to tell me what this black thing is on my rice. And they said it's chicken. And I just started cracking up. I go, okay, well, I'm not going to eat it, right? And so they kind of said, what will you eat? And I go, well, I'm just kind of a meat and potatoes gal, right? And so they went and got me a hamburger and French fries or something, right? But they had these tubs of snacks, and they had Lay's potato chips and those Badado cookies and Pringles. And so at night, I would just go get those and eat them because I couldn't sleep, and I'd wander around. Well, I literally had a camera. Here I am, and there was a camera right there on me. Well, so I'd go downstairs and stuff like that. Well, the night guy's name was Murph, and Murph would have to come find me. And he goes, what's going on, Jay? And I say, I just can't sleep. And then we talk, and he goes, okay. And I go, can't I just sleep down here because the ocean, all that? He goes, no, they don't want people down here. I go, okay.
Oh, man, so y'all had to sleep in a room.
Yeah, so I grabbed all my stuff, and then and I eat. Well, one night I had a glass of juice up there, and I knocked it off, and it shattered like at 3 a.m, and it was red juice everywhere, glass, barefoot. Oh my God! I wake up Gaspar, and we're trying to clean it up, and here comes Murph and some other guy. They're like, "Don't worry, Jay, it's all right. We're cleaning it up." I was just like, I just covered it. I think I cried. I was just like.
It's like me with room service on a cruise ship. Yeah. I just go chew ham, man.
So yes, and then see, that's why. How come I wasn't on the Super Bowl with the Lay's chips commercial?
Right.
That's a good point.
Come on.
Come on, Lay's.
What are you doing, Lay's?
Gil was on there though, I think. Gil Theatricals on that.
Was he?
Lay's commercial.
Yeah.
There's a comedian we know. Yeah, he was on that Lay's commercial.
This year?
Yeah, this year.
That guy was, you know him?
The black dude with the afro. Yeah, he was on the commercial. Yeah.
Well, see. And even,
Someone's taking your spot.
well, even Netflix, while I was out in California, there's a cool one that I'm eating and you see me, I stick my hand in the Lay's box and I just go, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, how come you see people this happens to?
Right.
And I don't understand. Why is it not happening?
I don't know if you for real or trolling right now.
Oh, she's for real.
Oh, she's
You
for
want
real.
that Lay's deal.
I got a question. I definitely got the question of the day though, man. How much taxes they take out that money? Though?
I don't know. You know what I hit out? 5,000. I just got the check last Tuesday.
What?
Look how long I had to wait.
Damn.
And it didn't collect any interest.
What?
Yeah, I got it. It came in FedEx sent. And then because I don't know, it's $25,000. Like I earned $25,000, so I just take 5,000 and I just have to ignore it, And then when taxes come around next year, I have it instead of just going, oops, because we're retired. I mean, I'm not broke, but I'm going to have to pay on it.
I was gonna say, I think it's like 18.6 is like what my rough math was earlier today.
What?
Yeah, I think.
I'm only going to have 18?
I think was what my rough math was. But
Don't
my
give me that. Shout to her, man.
My math might be wrong, but like,
Okay,
don't trust me.
Okay, now
I was thinking
How
of
many
that
people
earlier,
do?
but yeah.
Okay, we need to have somebody call in. We need somebody to call in and tell me how much in Kansas taxes do I need, because now I might have to take out 2 more. I'm going to be sad.
Yeah.
I might have not, I should not, I might not have should have come up here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hell.
The trust has been broken.
Yeah, the trust.
Our trust has been broken.
Yeah, the trust has been
Somebody
broken.
get paid for this show. Oh.
I thought I could afford this trip.
No,
It's a wrap.
so that actually takes us to a good parlay into the
I
next.
don't know. I think I'm kind of sad.
Good? I don't know. Yeah, thanks a
No,
lot.
why not? Let's talk about comedy. It's the brokest art form there is.
Yeah.
I don't see anything funny right now.
You definitely don't make money in comedy, so
I am making some money in
that's
comedy.
good. That's good. So
I am,
let's talk about that part.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
right
found
in
out you do
segue. I don't
stand
know.
up.
I got. Let me take a breath. Okay. This is my new mantra. Nam myoho renge kyo. Okay. I got to let go of that added additional whatever you just said. I'm got to put away.
I think we
my
just got
God.
cast under a spell. Nobody knows. I heard the camera dude.
It's coming
the
back
camera
to me,
guy
too.
behind me just took a deep breath. Like, what is going on?
I know
It sounded like some witchcraft, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No.
It's
It's
like what
just.
the Scooby-Doo villains sound like.
I didn't know that was I don't know if that was a cheap
just-
burial song or.
I just gotta.
I get
You know
it.
how some-
I didn't ease into that either. I just
No, you
threw
didn't,
that
and
right out
I'm
there.
just kind of because it was hard to take 5,000.
Oh yeah.
You go from 25 to 20, and now to 18. I'm like, well,
Immediately you're like, what are you doing?
It's better than nothing, though. They could have voted you over.
Yeah.
You could have got nothing. They'd been looking at the bill like, man.
I could have been kicked off with nothing. Thank you for the
I'm just saying,
reminder.
you could have. You already know what time it was.
Could've
That's
been
why.
like-
That's why you did what you did.
Perspective.
That's right.
Been like Simone.
You could have got taxed for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Okay. I'm
know
all
what I
right.
mean?
My heart is full again. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
So you were doing comedy before you did any of this stuff and everything, right? Like, I think I overheard you say 4 years, right? Is that
Yes,
when you were doing comedy.
Yep, I had been, so the pandemic, I kind of handled a little well, but in the fall of 2020, I kind of hit a depression, and I was eating Ritz crackers and drinking Pepsis. I don't drink. I'm an alcoholic, and I sobered up in '86, so Ritz crackers, a couple of sleeves a night, and a few Pepsis. And I was feeling just, anyway, I got a life coach. So for 6 months, we did things and praying, and, I started feeling better. And then she said, what is something you've always wanted to do, but you haven't done it? So I had to think a little bit, and then I go, I want to be a stand-up comedian. I've always had that in the back, and I even tried it once back in my 30s. So she goes, okay, by next week, I want you to have a class lined up. I want you to have business cards, and I want you to have a Facebook page. And I went, well, okay. And I did it. And so I started taking Zoom classes with American Comedy Institute. And I got my Facebook page and I got my business cards, and that's where I started, and just did Zoom classes. And then I went to jokezoom.com, which was a place you could go and work on one joke at a time. And then you'd have a few minutes to do it, and then you could get, you know, oh, maybe if you do this or maybe if you do that, and it might help it. And that I did that for a couple of years. And unfortunately, Rob, who started that, passed away. Literally, I can't even do Joke Zoom anymore. It just broke my heart because he was so excited about this show, and he kept going, every month we would meet. Do you have your 30? You got to have your 30 because people are going to be calling you. They're going to have, the comedy clubs are going to be calling you. You got to have that strong 30. I mean, he was so excited. And guess what? He passed away, and the next day is when we got the information the show was going to drop. So it was really sad. But anyway, so I did tons of online from different people. I'm doing 2 classes right now. I'm doing a podcast class and I'm doing a cold reading class. And I'm just kind of trying to stay, it keeps my mind busy and strong. And so now I've done it, and you know, you just have to keep doing open mics, because remember, we couldn't do open mics for live. Right. And so when you do Zoom, you don't know if you're funny because you don't hear any laughter. Yeah. So I went to, are you familiar with Murph's in Lawrence?
Yeah, Murph's.
You know Brett?
Yep, I actually got a show.
So I went to Brett's, Murph's, and I did my first set, and everybody laughed, and it was just so fun. It was like, okay, maybe I'm doing something right. And then it just built from there, and, you know, just doing 5 minutes and working on 5 minutes. Then it's funny, this last year, I spent a year being a 70-yeur-old influencer. So I was kind of doing, you know, I want to help you know what you're going to expect when you get this age and flappy skin and all that. Well, it was, you know, it was kind of funny, but it was kind of old lady stuff. And then all of a sudden I thought, you know what, I'm over that. So I'm done with that, and now I just have, well, I have the show, of course, to lean on, but I've just revamped my whole set. And I joke about, well, last year I was trying to be an influencer, but after a year I only had 37 followers. And my cat had 15,750. That's facts. You know, so I've kind of, you know, I'm segueing into another, and so it's worked. And then all of a sudden, once I changed, all of a sudden, you know, oh, hey, here's 15. Can you do 15? Can you do 20? Can you do 30? And we're going to pay you 100. We're going to pay you 50. We're going to, you know, I'm just like, wow. Yeah. So it's been really, I just feel really blessed. And for me, people always say, you got to get out there. You got to this, you got to do that. And when I got to do that and I send out videos and all that, nothing happens. But, you know, if I sit back, I do my Nam yo ho ring ye kyo. Take a breath.
That's why I didn't stay with you when I was in Topeka. That's right. She was like, and I got cats. I was like, yeah. She was like, I just want to let you know, but I got cats. I got dogs. Like, hey, Ed, man, you got that room or not, man? Because Mama J tripping, man. Like, you got that room? Like,
I wake up in a red room with some candles.
Maybe I should have stayed there. I could have been like, I stayed with Mama J. See, I could have used that now, man.
I was going to say, I bet she's got a spare sweater like that one. She just let you put on.
Yeah. Should be dead while I'm snoring in bed.
And I do have snacks for your bed. Yeah.
He love it, too. He's diabetic.
She knows. She be checking on me.
And, you know, so when I sit back, all of a sudden, so look what's happened. Just look, here comes Lavetti, here comes Addie, here comes, so that's how things have happened for me.
That's cool.
Which is awesome.
You gonna start going by Mama J now?
You know what?
Just I think that should be a permanent change, honestly.
Yeah, I do. I've actually changed my Instagram.
I've seen that today.
Yeah, and I've changed TikTok and I've changed YouTube, all to Mama J, because they said that's who people know you by now. And it feels weird doing that, but because my kids, they hate the Mama J thing. Because well, because that sounds real loving.
Okay.
And like maybe I was caring and that I made them cookies and that,
Okay.
you know,
Forget
and
the kids.
We don't want that.
and they said, no, yeah, my daughter was over when we were doing one of the shows at night at my house, and, you know, watching one of the episodes, and she's like, no, this Mama J does not get it. And so it's just really funny, but everybody else, but you know that, back to Jake, he did an interview. He did an interview, and he just, oh man, he dogged me really bad. And he goes, and Mama J, she came on there, and he goes, I thought she was going to be like my grandma. And I thought, what are you talking about? I thought she would just be real nurturing and all that, and she was just a sniper. Just like, what is, who would say that about somebody like me?
Dude is a weird.
Somebody rude, man, but
Yeah.
I don't care if I see him. I'm punching him in the mouth. Like,
You want to
this
see?
is Mama J.
I want to see whales.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna tell him. Just do it. He's
Hold
like,
on.
why that dude punch me?
I
He
know
ain't
you
even
want to see
gonna know.
whales, but would you like to see Jake swimming away from the whales?
Oh,
That
yeah.
we can do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and the wells, where we were. So let me tell you a little bit more. So when we got there, we were sequestered in a resort.
Yep.
Can't see anybody. We had to have an escort to eat, get your food, come back to your room for 3 days. And then a couple of days, we were taken out to the mansion, but we were blindfolded because they didn't want us to see anything. And then the day we all go to the resort, we're sitting in folding chairs right before we go down those stairs where we're going to meet each other, and we're blindfolded. So up until the last minute before you see us, we literally have not seen each other. And then we take off our blindfolds, and you kind of look left and right, and you're going, oh, wow. But the person who I looked at was Tolu. She had on that green dress with those jewels and the sun and everything hitting it. I'm just like, oh my God. And then we all walk down those stairs and stuff like that. So that was another thing that was weird, was the blindfold. And when we're there, okay, no phones, no nothing, not even a tablet, nothing that you could say, oh, this would be fun for a joke, nothing to write anything on. Had to be totally focused on the show.
A paid prison. Well, wait a minute, prisons are paid.
Yeah.
A luxury prison.
Yeah, there we go.
There we
Yeah.
go, luxury prison.
No, it was very interesting, but it was a job. People say, well, did you have fun? And I go, well, fun, haha, could you just go hop in the pool? It was like, no, because you'd have the mic issues were always a thing. Mics, if you have a swimsuit on, you can't get in the pool with the mic and stuff like that. So it was like you were kind of doing a job.
Yeah.
It was cool, and we got paid for it.
Yeah, for
sure.
So you didn't go home, even if you didn't win the 18,070.
Don't listen to this man. He's not
Don't listen.
a tax guy.
I might not know.
Don't worry about him. He broke the trust. Don't worry about it. I know who I'm voting for.
I got voted off already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and now you guys are all, so Lavell and I kind of know each other. You've been in it 6 years, and you're from Salina. How long have you lived here?
I moved here right before the pandemic.
Oh, you did?
I did, yep. So I did the military thing and some stuff, and then.
Oh, I wasn't talking bad about the military.
No, you good.
Okay.
Even if you were, it's not going to bother me. I don't
Okay.
get offended. But yeah, just traveled around and landed here and did this stuff, and so been enjoying it since.
And I can't
Much
believe
memories like
how many comedians are now. Honestly, there was a lot of comedians from out of town last night. I mean, it wasn't a huge crowd, but a lot of them lived out.
Yeah, so you got Lincoln that has a pretty decent little scene, just 45 minutes to an hour away. Council Bluffs has some people, and the whole surrounding area. You got that too.
Yeah.
You talking about real comedy scenes. Sorry,
That's a good
my
point.
bad. Keep going.
Yeah. So like with this stuff, like you've obviously got like a wave. I guess the question is with comedy,
Yeah.
with this, where does Mama J see Mama J going next?
See, that's what I don't know. Now the lady I take the cold reading class, I've kind of talked about this. I keep thinking, because there was another older lady on Squid Game Challenge, and I kind of see her. She'll be up in Boston, she'll be down in Florida, and she's partying, and she's got some little thing she opens up on Instagram, and it turns into a raincoat. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm cooler than her, you know. And see, if I get like that, see, that's bad mojo. So then I have to sit back and not think evil thoughts, like not evil, you know, don't think like that. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to say my saying and say, be grateful for everything. And if nothing happens, it's okay. Because very nice things have been happening. And when I sit back, good things will happen. So I don't really have any plans. I really, the only thing I asked for is the Lay's potato chip commercial. That's all I want.
We're gonna add them. We're gonna hashtag them something.
We're gonna cut this up into clips, and we're just gonna just flood.
That's
into
just
send it to 'em
the
It's
every
gonna be
day.
about
Yeah.
Jake and Lay's potato
We're
chips.
gonna get Netflix rights permissions and just keep splicing
I'm
it back and
I'm
forth.
gonna just keep tagging
do a
Netflix and everything.
Mama J gets to eat a chip and then throw on a Jake.
Yeah.
Eat a chip, throw it out. Like while he's on the ground, she kicks him. Yeah.
So where can everybody find? We about to wrap it up. Where can everybody find you at?
Yeah.
On the socials.
Okay, it's pretty easy now. It's Mama J. I think if you there's a million Mama J's out there. To be safe, go Mama space J, and then type in trust.
Gotcha.
You know,
Across all platforms.
yeah.
Okay.
And maybe you'll find me, maybe you're not, because I'm still kind of getting confused.
Maybe you need like a social media manager or just a
I
manager in
do.
general.
I need a manager.
I am available.
I need a driver.
Look at him throwing in a resume.
I need a driver. I need a manager.
I think I'm moving. Topeka,
I
2.5
have that
hours.
room. I have that
I
room.
don't know about that room. I don't know about that.
Well, I know who you're not hiring as your tax person. I'll tell you that right.
I'm totally freaked about that. Oh my God.
Well, Mama J, it's been fun. It's been fantastic
absolutely.
having
Thank
you.
you.
on this-
Love you guys.
This two-part interview, man. This
First
was our
one,
first
yes.
one. Very first
Great
one.
success.
Oh, I'm
Thank you.
honored. I am honored. I really am. No, not
couldn't have had a
joking.
better guest, honestly. We couldn't have had a better guest host than Jaren Dorsey.
Thank you, Jared.
We got Terrance Gawith. I forgot
Glad
we
you're
got-
safe, my guy.
You said what?
Glad you're safe,
I
my
appreciate
guy.
it.
Yes.
I
Oh,
appreciate
Lavell,
it. Oh,
yes.
Thank you. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Jaren Dorsey, thank you for coming to guest host. Terrance Gawith always holding it down. And our guest for the evening, Mama J, on this two-part episode. Y'all have a fantastic night. Appreciate y'all.